Well, that must be us,
I believe it is.
I think.
I haven't been notified yet. Oh.
We're a little dark. But we're on, hon. Let me turn
It's
this light
just
up.
because of the shade being down. I think it's okay.
So say hello.
Oh, well, hi guys. How is everybody? Don't forget to hit that like button. And let's see, I want all messages, not top messages. Let me start over again. Mr. Bob Newell. Mega, hello there. And we know Justine Sarah is Rick.
Do we? Did you?
White Sox Tom. Yeah, and you have more comments in there than anybody. Long Duck Dong. Glow, hello there.
Yeah, okay. So I'm hoping the video image for you
That looks
guys
pretty good.
is bright compared to what it looks like to us we're in the dark.
Well, look, it's much better on my camera.
That's still a little dim.
Yeah, but it'll be
But
fine.
this is
John
because
C.,
of the
howdy.
bright light coming from the west coast. This is the west behind us. And this is Cocktail Hour with Rick, not a show about
Ponytail
directions.
Dungeon Master.
And we are now broadcasting live on a new iPhone 16. And I did some research on the iPhone 11.
David Welling.
Apparently,
John C. says looks way better.
good.
Long Duck Dong said the picture looks great.
The
It
audio,
sounds better.
when your phone gets so old,
You can
apparently
only blow
it's
it out so many times.
it's a known thing, yeah, that the audio quality goes downhill after so many years of use for live streaming. Now I can still use that to just do video
Of course he can.
and record and then playback. I can still do that, but I can't. Live is what the problem was. So here we are.
David Welling said
Much
looks great.
better.
Thanks for everything.
So it only cost us X dollars. So I thought if every subscriber gave me $1, that's 11,700 almost of you all.
It might cover the phone.
It might cover the phone. And I also bought
Hey,
another
Cat Lady Mary.
Apple product. I bought a new Mac.
It's a shade behind us. We're able to pull it down halfway or all
It's a
the
little
way.
pull down shade. So I think my audio is not on. Good. All right. Yeah, it is a shade. Okay, we got 31 of you. Click the like button, everybody. Please click the like button while we have you here so we can get some likes going. That would be great. And I'm wearing, if you couldn't tell, probably you can't, I'm wearing a shirt that I purchased at Fort DeSoto Park.
You need to lean to your left when you go down. Now you need to stand up, sort of. No, all they're seeing is your ass, hon. More of your ass.
I don't know how to get it on
You're
my
not
back.
going to be able to do it
Oh,
because you're in too much pain.
it's up there. All right, I give up. It has a nice design. I could take it off for you to see.
Yes, Mr. Bob Newell, he does have cannabis.
Yes.
No, he did not hit the lottery. Hey, Robert Ryan,
No,
how
no.
are you?
Today's selection is called Strawberry Guava. I bought this
Wesley
here
Wallace, that's something we don't talk about on the show.
in
So
St.
that's why it was
Petersburg.
deleted. Yeah, you saw a bit of the butt. You saw the entire
So,
butt. Let's
Yeah,
see.
we do. Oh, thank you for that. Who was that?
Yeah.
Megadeth Gigantor.
Yes.
Thank you. I see his message. Without you, Rick, Fridays would be tail hours.
Robert
Instead
Ryan,
of thanks for
John
the
C., thank you
cocktails,
for putting that
it'd
up.
be just a bunch of shit, huh?
He sort of
A
moved
tail.
the audience, but he had clothes on, so that doesn't count.
So, well, this looks really nice now. The light has come back. It's backlighting us. We're starting to glow a little bit. Can you see her? Look at her pants. My God,
They're really bright.
They
I didn't
really
realize
are.
they were going to be
Yeah,
so
that's
bright.
they're beautiful.
Well, these really are not. Well, they're mine now. These used to be Mom's.
She has been losing weight steadily. A medicine's been helping. It's a medication
For
that has a
diabetes.
side effect of maybe loss of weight, but it's supposed to be to help
Oh,
her
that's great, David.
her long-term blood sugar levels, to drop them down. So it's
David
done that and
Welling
lost some
enjoyed the
weight.
great videos before the live on your camping trip,
Thank you.
on our camping trip.
I hope that if you haven't had a chance, you'll take a look at it and put it in the bank if you don't have a chance to watch it.
It's the golden hour right now.
It's
That's why we're glowing.
yeah. It's an ASMR, and I emphasized some background music. Spa is the general category of the music that I chose. And I chose several different pieces and took a little piece out of each one to help give the 7-minute video a little auditory support. And
Thanks for doing
a
that,
lot
John.
of quick, small little shots of the beauty of Fort de Soto, which was a Spanish fort way back when the Spaniards conquered Florida, basically. Did you hear about that? Yeah, that happened a long time ago. So,
Robert Ryan, I'm not sure what you're talking about. And don't forget about the Discord.
yeah, Discord just shared there by John C. You also can always go to rickserrastar.com, and not just to buy merchandise, okay? I know it's my website, I know. But you can also find a link to Discord. Always there, waiting for you if you want to goof around and hang out with some people electronically connected on the internet, on our Discord playground. And then you also can go to our other social media platform locations where we post different things. Sometimes you'll see little nuggets that you wouldn't see elsewhere, only on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, because you know I have 2 Facebook pages, one I had and then one that John C. helped set up for us. And then there's also a Rick Serra fans page on Facebook.
God, if you can't
I
find
mean,
him,
if
throw
the
your
world
phone away.
has too much Rick Serra in it, I know, but you shouldn't have trouble finding any. Or you can Google Rick Serra and be amazed at what Google thinks of Rick Serra.
Cat Lady Mary, it was really unusual because when we've been able to take Bo to the beach, he almost always insists on laying on the sand, in this case the shells,
Yes.
and not under the umbrella. But when we went to the dog beach,
Oh.
I had a towel down, and then I draped a towel over our 2 chairs, and he stayed in there. It was like a little
Yeah.
cave. And this dog came up to sniff.
To
and
sniff and see him, little
Bo
dog.
jumped out. It was not a real tiny
Bo
dog.
came out like a moray eel coming out of a hidden spot in a
Stephen
reef.
O'Neill,
I mean,
Pamela Roche.
what a nut he can be, really bad.
And Mr. Bob Newell likes the remote broadcast. I have a story to tell everybody. When we went camping this last trip to Fort DeSoto, we took 1 trike and 1 2-wheel electric because we thought that's all we could fit in the truck.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Because we never tried, really.
Rick did a on the 2-wheel.
I kind of did a fall over on the
Henry
right.
Gibson on a tricycle.
Yeah, but it was a 2-wheel.
Yeah.
And those electric
Hi,
bikes
Kylie.
are, hi, hon.
Yeah,
They're
so
heavy.
far he does.
So I scratched up my leg, my left leg down here on the, I guess you call that the shin area.
Yeah,
And it's okay. It's healing.
it's doing well.
Luckily, I cleaned it out promptly, and Darlene helped me. I put on some antibiotic ointment and then covered the spots with big
So it looks
Band-Aids
good.
and left them alone for days until I came back and then took them off
So
and
anyway,
scrubbed off all the glue
can
from
can I finish my story?
the Band-Aids and how they leave glue on your skin. It's kind of gross. Okay, hon.
So when we got home from Fort DeSoto, we decided not to take the bikes off until the next day. So we had the truck backed in, so it wasn't quite as obvious, but they were still strapped down. The gate, the bed gate was locked.
Oh, you going to tell them about them?
And
You had
we
to run
put-
out?
And we put the alarms on. Well, we also found out when we were, oh, I lost my train of thought.
You needed to get some meds.
Yeah, well, the little dog, collapsible portable dog crate that we got for Bo really
that
didn't work.
didn't work. Yeah.
Bo was able to push through the zipper, so
He
I decided
escaped.
to see if I could return it, and I could.
And we got our money back.
But I needed a box. So I had this humongous box, but I needed packing tape. We did not have any packing tape. We couldn't find it at the time. So I asked Rick to run me up to CVS because I didn't want to ride up there with a bike.
Well, that might be
and-
the packing tape that you bought the other night.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But I didn't want to ride up there by myself and leave the bikes out in the open, so Rick took me up. Now, previously I said the alarms were on. Now, we have only tested them and they go,
they make a little noise when you
they
shake
make
them.
a whole lot of noise when you're riding
When you're
down
driving
the road.
down the road, and
We thought cops were chasing us.
it was, I'm like listening to the radio. We have the air conditioning on, the windows are up,
Boy, quitter.
and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I stopped. I turned off the stereo. We were at a red light, and I put the windows down, and we heard the alarms, and then they stopped.
Because we were sitting still.
Because apparently if you sit still long enough, they'll reset. But then we started to go, and we had to make a left turn. And guess who we were going right in front
Right
of?
past the
A
cop.
cop. I guess the cop's like,
Hey, Dan Wilson.
I don't even
Amy
care
Hackey.
about these goof people who have the alarms going off. Who cares?
So we now know the alarms work pretty well.
They work
That
damn well.
That
You-
makes us pretty happy.
You
But
could-
then we found out when we did take them off, we decided we were going to see if we could fit both trikes on. Because I don't want to see Rick falling over again. That's not fun. So we got the two-wheel off and we're working with the trike. Rick folds it because it folds. And we put it all the way up at the end, sort of halfway up, and then we get the other trike out and get it in there. That doesn't have to be folded. They will both fit in the bed of the truck.
Just one folded up. So we only bought the two-wheel bike thinking there's no way to get both of the trikes.
Hey, anybody want to
on
buy an
our
electric two-wheel?
truck.
I'll give you a good deal.
A couple hundred off at least.
Yeah.
Just say please. It's electric, and it is the type that so you don't have to step over.
It's a step through.
Step through, so the bar's not up so high to get your leg over. If you're an old codger, but you like the thing, they're pricey.
But I tell you what, I love that.
I love the trike. The trike doesn't go as fast.
Who
and
cares?
it's-
I'm not going as fast as
It's only
you
a
can
class
anyway.
1. I didn't know this, but these
Scott
things
Thomas.
have categories. So apparently class 1, you can ride it almost anywhere. They're slow. But a class 2 or a class 3, they're restricted. And I found that some parks, even in Florida, supposedly they're not to be used. But then, how many did we see people riding
We don't know
around?
what class they were. Just looking at it,
just
you
looking
can't
at them,
tell.
they're fast bikes.
I mean,
And
if
not
I
only
go
that-
20, I'm happy. And that's actually too fast for me for a bike.
It's like half of the people seem to also have a golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
Camping.
riding around too fast. They have headlights on that are very bright. There was a group that were just riding around with decorative lights, and they were laughing and having a good time. That wasn't
Potato
so bad.
Kartoff, hello there.
Potato Kartoff. Peace to Japan. To our Far Eastern friends. Have we heard?
Mario Gonzalez.
We heard hello from Australia yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, I'm going to say cheers to everybody, regardless of where in the world. Here's mud in your eye. Good health, everybody.
Good to
cheers.
see you all again. Now, we have another camping trip. We're leaving on Monday. We're going to Rainbow Springs State Park.
Supposed to be beautiful, crystal
Something-
clear water.
Something happened today I've never had happen from any place where we've camped. Got a call today from
The
Rainbow.
camp people.
Springs. I was surprised, and I said, hello. And I said, oh, you have a camping trip coming up. I said, yes, we do. And he said, well, this is just to remind you that check-in is not until 3 p.m. And somebody will call you an hour before and give you the gate code so you can get in.
Isn't that something?
I thought that was crazy good. Hey,
So-
Krabby.
And we have the
From
area.
Krabby and Shane
It's
in New
called
Orleans.
Dunellen. So
Wait a
and
minute. I
it's
don't know what a PIMMS cup is. You have to let me know.
Pims.
Yeah, I don't know what a Pim's cup is. Carson Thorpe, hello there. Yeah, Dunellen is where it is, David Welling.
And,
We've never
and,
been up there. I kept thinking
which,
people had meant Dan.
The Witchahoochee and the Catchahoochee and all those crazy hoochies over there. And you go a little south and west and you can end up at Tarpon Springs. And you can get right out into the Gulf of whatever from,
Oh, they do. Thanks, David. I
from
didn't know
Tarpon
that.
Springs. And they have a great
They had
powwow.
hail in Omaha yesterday.
Where?
Spin said. In Omaha. Hoochie, that's right, Kylie. I'm a hoochie mama.
Hoochie Mama. So David Welling, fan, is not far from there. Well,
Stop on
why
over.
don't you stop over at the campsite and have a beer or something?
No drinking.
No drinking, it's water really.
We put it in cups.
We put it in solid colored cups so that no one has to be the wiser. Or,
Kylie, don't go there. We ain't
Nah.
doing it.
if anybody doesn't know, let me remind you that we ask everyone to refrain from discussing topics that are politically charged, which cause division. Certainly, we would not allow anyone to abuse anyone verbally. It's mutual respect and have a good time. That's all.
Fred Andres, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. That's what the channel's about. If you want to have a discussion about the political topics of the day, go anywhere else, just not here. And the moderators will help you to not talk about any of these topics. So don't ask them to have to intervene.
Yeah, the thing is, David, we're going to have Bo with us, so it depends on where they let dogs go and where they don't let them go.
Well, apparently they're allowed.
I know they did, Kylie, but I'm not
You know,
saying
there's
anything
some
else.
places that don't do this, but
I love you,
you
baby.
can bring your dog out on your kayak and enjoy the springs. And we have a very nice flotation device for Bo. So Bo is going to be with us now. Tuesday, Wednesday, unfortunately, there's a prediction of rain. And we're
Hopefully
only
it's
only
like 30.
30% chance. So hopefully it's something that it's only the morning or it's only the afternoon. We'll be there for 2
Oh
full
no,
days.
this is a pull down screen, crank down screen.
Yeah, you crank it. It's attached at the just
Marcelo
underneath
Thunder.
of the roof here. And yes, we still are waiting for a repair for our roof. I went back and forth with the contractor representative, and I guess she's tired of hearing from me asking when. But Man, we've been waiting since October. We've been waiting since March for them.
Interesting spin.
We had to get a new contractor because the first one
Marcelo.
backed out on us. So we really have been screwed. And we were just sitting around getting drunk for months, I guess, is all we could do, you know. But not continuously. We do take breaks, like the bathroom and sleeping in bed between our drinking binges. And what are you drinking now, hon?
Same as I always drink.
Same as I always drink.
Who can tell me what I'm drinking?
I don't
That's
know
a
if anybody can type
I'm
that.
not
Oh my
telling
God.
you.
I don't think.
Anything close. Oh, just so you know, where did I find it?
And
Spin
Spin
said
Dallas,
they're
did you read that?
laughing gulls in the
Yeah,
background.
they actually love this pond and circle around it all the time.
They are the longest winged of any New World
Now, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, Spin, but I had a
It is vodka, Marcella.
night
What flavor? And
heron
what do I mix it with?
out of the blue. It was dusk, not dark, and a
Hey,
night
Carson,
heron.
you got it. Carson got my...
Deep
vodka.
Eddy, ruby red, yeah. So we saw a night heron, and it was actually at the campsite of M&G. We went there and we ate dinner with them. We had burgers, and so I was just sitting waiting, and took a couple moments to get some video clips there. What a beautiful place, Fort DeSoto Park really is. It's not a state park. It's not a federal park.
It's a
county. The county actually has a couple
He
of
doesn't know
parks
Spin. He was glad
with
he figured it was a night
a
heron.
campground in it.
Spin wants to know if it was black crowned or yellow crowned. I think it looked black.
Yellow.
I didn't see yellow.
I think it was
You
yellow.
did see yellow? It
Well,
was hard because the sun
He was in the light. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of like sunset, so it was really hard to make out
So
everything.
So his whole body ended up
Tell
looking.
Dennis we said hello to Pam.
Oh, Dennis. Hey, Dennis is up there.
I don't know if Dennis is up there.
He might be.
Well,
But,
Dennis is up there, but I don't know if Dennis is watching this with Pam.
Do they both the night heron with the yellow or the black crowning, are they both birds that range in this area around St. Petersburg, you know, the west coast of Florida? That's interesting. I didn't know there were multiple species of night heron.
Oh, we have
nearby.
another story. When we went camping, I always get everything together early. We had everything packed. I had my little
yeah.
checklist. We get there, I unpack, I thought every single bag we had. I could not find our medication. So the night
And
we
you
got,
did every bag.
I did every bag, I thought. So the next day, we get up in the morning, we do whatever. I said, I have to go home, I have to get meds because we need to take our meds. We didn't take them the night we got there.
It's 45 minutes one way.
It's not that far. But the thing is, the way you go, you're lucky if you go 25 miles an hour
It's
because you're going straight down, you know,
Through
Gulf-
St. Petersburg
Gulf
and all.
Boulevard. And so I come home, I get more meds, I get back to the campsite, and then we go to put our suits on, and all of a sudden I remembered I didn't go into the beach bag. That's where our medication was.
So in the future,
Bo
remember,
is fine, but I don't know where he is.
don't put your meds in your beach bag.
Do you see Bo anywhere?
On his bed.
Okay. Good.
Hey, baby Bo.
Thanks, Ben.
Good boy.
Yeah, Crown Royal Heron.
Yeah, Crown Royal
That's what
Heron.
Brett
That's it.
says.
That's it. So again, anybody who doesn't know, this is called Cocktail Hour with Rick. We sit around and chat with you via the YouTube live streaming capability provided to me as a YouTube creator in satisfactory standing,
CB, how
not
you
high
doing?
standing, of course. We've been doing this show for a couple of years now. We're in year number 6. Started out during the COVID lockdowns in March 2020. Yes, we did. Been doing it ever since. We love it. The only thing we'd like is more of you to watch us live. So please,
Hey, Scott Thomas.
word of mouth, we appreciate it. Hi, little sweetie. So we have 56 people in here now. And I'm actually drinking Old Granddad and water instead of Crown Royal. So it's an Old Granddad night heron. And I've had the black crowned night heron here. And they're crazy. My God, they can just sit there or stand there, whatever, they're perched and not even move. You know, but they're easily skittish. I mean, they'll move away. But if they're in a spot and you're far enough back that you don't scare them off like that, you'll see they are damn good at sitting there. Well, this guy, as the
Hey, Muffin.
time progressed, he caught a pretty good sized fish. And we watched him sit there, spear it, and eat it just before we had our hamburgers.
Yeah.
Of course, it was sushi. We were having beef. So hello, Muffin and CB, Scott Thomas, Brett,
Hey, Krabby.
Pam, Marcelo,
You have a
How
great
you
smile,
having?
Krabby.
and Dan Wilson. This is Darlene, Dolline,
Marcelo Thunder
And I
says,
am Rick.
hello, Mr. Rick.
Sarah.
I think
And
they all
we
know
have
who
been
we are.
married since the year 1990. So this year we're coming up on 35. 35 years of wedded bliss. And you know that is true. Because having Darlene as your wife is, you can't imagine the blessing.
Potato
that I
Corncoff, should we
experience
sing
daily.
happy birthday to you?
Is there somebody, really, a potato car talk
He
birthday?
says, hello, my friend. I'm enjoying the extended hours of my birthday as it's still 25th in the U.S.
Well, then I have to sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Debsy
Happy
rocks.
birthday to you.
Cheyenne.
Happy birthday, dear Potato Cartoff. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Potato.
birthday.
Yes,
Glass,
Cheyenne, it
it's
is
the
a new
25th
phone.
here still. I guess it's the 26th on the other side of the planet.
Sounds pretty good, Krabby.
As
I
you
used to drink
you know
gin.
before we do, it happens there first. Yes.
What
And hi,
turned-
Deb.
What turned me off of gin was...
Hey, Cheyenne.
was-
Yes.
Can I continue to speak now?
I just noticed Cheyenne was here too.
I know. Well, if you listen to what I say, you would have heard me say her name. Mother of the drummer, hello there. The reason I stopped drinking gin was the juniper berries. I like the cheap gin, which isn't good for your gut, because it had less juniper berries in it. The expensive gin had way more. I think that's the only difference in gin and vodka. Hey,
Wow. We just blacked out.
but you know what? It didn't show up. It just showed a quick. So don't know. Maybe it was the.
Did you all see that?
No. Check on Bo right now. Well, we're sure about the 35 years. Bliss comes and goes
He's right here.
and comes back.
All right. Well, Potato, I'm glad you had
Uh,
a chance to sing to you today.
Turin John? We did see an O's game in, where were we?
We
In
went
Venice.
down to Venice. It's the winter, um, where the spring
Yeah, it did
training
look like an edit, didn't it?
of the Braves. It's where they spring training
Oh,
is.
so you're still in Tennessee.
Okay.
Have a great flight, Cheyenne.
Yay.
Charlie
She at
Punk
the
Rock
airport
Baker.
in Tennessee.
She was down there for a bachelor party. I saw
right.
some of the photos. It looked like they had a very good time.
Did they go to Nashville? Or
Yeah.
Memphis or where?
Nashville.
Okay.
You did not hear me say that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, because
Okay.
you don't hear my voice.
Even though I have my hearing
Yeah,
aids on.
but see, I think she's in Chicago, so she must have went from Tennessee to Chicago.
Okay.
Maryland, yeah.
Chicago, Chicago. I don't know the rest of the words.
Well, we don't have rain where we are currently, but Mother of the Drummer
Where?
it's helping to melt the snow where she is. I think
Oh.
she said Ohio. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
cold. Still cold? Oh, my. I'm so sorry for you all. It was a little too hot here. It was around 90 degrees, at least. I had to drive over to Best Buy and wait in line, sitting forever for customer
He
service.
hates waiting. He is so impatient.
So I could have the data from my MacBook 2020 to my new MacBook 2025. And I'm also going to have a program added since we pay for it. Anyway, what's that called? They call it 360 now. Microsoft 360. It's, Word,
Oh,
Excel,
okay.
all that jazz.
So it doesn't cost us more, even though it's on
No, it's all.
mine.
I get it. We have to renew our family plan every year,
Okay, that's not a problem.
and we have to pay every year for the 360. It's an annual, but it would go on all the devices.
Mother of the Drummer is North Ontario, so they had snow.
North
the rain
Ontario,
held
no
melted,
wonder.
yeah. Where the bear and the moose roam.
Yes, it's cold up there. Longer. I knew people in
Sure has
Ontario.
been.
You might remember I crossed paths with them doing YouTube things. A guy named Jake and a guy named Brennan.
Okay, let's not go there.
Shout outs to you guys. Hope everything is good. Strawberry guava. That's what it's called.
Does it taste like strawberry or guava? And do you even know what guava tastes like?
It's kind of a fruit, but it's not as sweet as some of the other fruits. What do you think? Smell it.
Not bad. It's called Microsoft 365,
That's it.
not 360.
I thought it was 365, and the person at Best Buy called it 360.
No, you probably
Well-
just didn't hear.
No, I heard them say 360. I'm thinking, these are the technicians who know how to use a computer and do all this shit. Well, tell you what, we have her computer and my computer, my Mac, and now my phone. The phone alone is $9.99, but because we have the family plan, it's free.
You need to contact Amazon to get rid of your Amazon Care. Not Amazon, iPhone Care or something that you had on your other iPhone. You have protection on it.
It's not going to give me any refund.
No, but you don't want to continue to pay it every month.
I didn't pay every month.
Yes, you
You
did.
did?
Yes, you did.
Okay, we have to do that.
Not we, you.
You have to remind me. So I sent me an email to rick.adr@aol.com. Rick, remove the Apple Care from your old
Hey,
phone.
Stephanie Short.
Thank you for sending
Oh,
that. I'm
good.
sure I'll have
Yeah, it's a
100
new
of you
phone,
all
Brett.
that did that. That would be so nice. Well, here's a funny thing. I had the phone on. Now the service been transferred over, but when you're inside of the house and you have Wi-Fi, it still worked. So my phone is ringing. Darlene's like,
Potato Kartoff, you can do it.
what the hell is going on? Your phone is ringing in there, but isn't your phone in the bedroom? I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's great. Stephanie, her and her great-grandson watched Shopping with Rick.
Yes.
He's only one and was laughing.
Oh, I am glad. Shopping with Rick is fun. The times I've done that in the other guy's channel with him, they were really good times. And the time I did it with Darlene and Jen, that was a lot of fun.
Well, that's because Jen was there, because there's no way I could have done what
She did.
I
So
get too embarrassed. I
if
have
you've
to
never
walk
saw it,
away.
we did
I cannot
ollies,
do it.
and oh my God, it's me. And I do anything, it just pops to my mind. It's kind of like,
Be glad you're not there.
yeah, be lucky that you're not that close to me, because it can be embarrassing to be like a family member or friend of Rick Serra when you're out in public. You just don't know what might happen, what he might say. Some people find that to be enjoyable. If you're one of them, God bless you.
Yes, the pink jumpsuit.
Oh yes. I think I still dance on the website. When you enter the website, I think you still get to see the dancing Rick. And that little clip, that little video clip, was put together by
Yay, K1.
another YouTuber. And when we used to actually have Twitter, when it was called Twitter, and it was Twitter in the old days, that those good days, good old days, where we used to actually have fun on Twitter too. Well, one of those good folks is the one to put that together and then gave me the file so that I was able to give it to my webmaster, and he put that on the web page. So what was that comment there? I just saw a paragraph pop up. There it is. Okay. I don't think I have Dina. Our Dina. I don't think she's there. Or Wesley.
I haven't seen her.
But they, unfortunately, her area that is near the Port St. Lucie waterway. It's got highly enriched runoff that's been released from Lake Oka something or other, and it's causing, blooms of algae. Thank you so much for sharing your pollution with us, just as
Officer
it's time for us to
and Office Aaron,
enjoy
Office Mike
the
checking
summer.
in. Quiet night in Lake Community here. We want a shout out. Can you do the shout out, Rick?
I can shout. Who do you
Okay.
want me to shout
See
out?
where it says Officer McShaffey?
Yes.
Okay, do the shout out.
Hello, Aaron. Officer Mike checking in. Quiet night in the lake community here.
You forgot Officer McShaffey.
Officer McShaffey reporting.
And Office Aaron.
And
Officer Mike.
Aaron and Officer
I'm
Mike.
glad you guys are checking in.
I got it. Well, good to have law enforcement individuals as fans. I am honored that you enjoy the program. I guess because you like my good family-friendly style of entertainment, and maybe you've
That's
enjoyed
up for
some
question.
of the videos
That's up for debate, I guess I should
I've
say.
created or that I have appeared in. Actually, I enjoy appearing as much as making in video world, especially when I'm making and appearing, because then I can make myself appear any way I want. Yes. What do you think? Am I meandering?
Yeah, you are. I can't see him, but some people said Bo is visible between Rick and Darlene.
Yeah, well, I have it set up so the bed is in between us. So maybe if the light's on him just right.
Well, actually, I can raise that now, I think. That's right. Stephanie, like and share.
Oh, Stephanie like and share. Hi. Oh, that's Stephanie saying like and share.
Oh my God. Rick.
I'm just
What
being
the
funny.
fuck? Can
I'm
you
just
not
being
understand?
funny. Would you stop it?
No.
I just, thought it sounded funny. Little bastard.
Little bastard.
I am a little bastard. I'm not as little as some bastards. Hello, Karen. All the way from up in New Jersey. How are you tonight? We're having some good fun here on the Rick Serra channel, drinking a cocktail, sharing tales, trying to show my tail a little while ago when I was trying to show my t-shirt, but all I
All you
did
showed was your
was
butt.
my butt. Then I had people wanting me to twerk.
No one
and
asked you to twerk
nobody asked me
tonight.
to twerk?
No.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that. So now we're totally open. The glare is gone. We are looking at the
And
sun.
now you can really see Bo.
Sun is descending below the top of the roof of the condo. And I guess you could see it's kind of a little glare behind me right now. And in a minute, you'll see that glare is going to die down.
It's not that much of a glare.
No. So I'm very familiar with Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Well, I'm going to go freshen my drink.
All right, you can do mine too.
Okay.
In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, I went to actually filmed a dirty, nasty motel.
Let's not go there.
And this place, it was so cool because next to it was a nudie bar right next to the motel. So you had the world of the nudie bar people coming in and using the rooms by the hour probably, or maybe overnight, but person would be charging you by the hour or the session. It was so cool that we found, because we looked above the suspended ceiling, and found an old like a wife beater, short sleeve strap rather t-shirt, female version, which was worn by the porn actress who shot a video in that room some years before we had gotten there. And then somehow we were able to reach out or connect with her, or her with us. And I don't know if we returned the shirt to her or she just reached out to tell us the story of the shirt, but that was New Jersey. Why did I open the screen? Because the glare's down, Miss Glow. So we figured we could dispense with that. And that's why. Stu P. Ass. Stu P. Ass, I want to give a shout out to friend of Ponytail Dungeon Master, longtime friend, Stu P. Ass. Hello there, Stu. How you doing? Yes, there's my little paradise. You see that little pond behind us? That is a retainment pond. It just holds a regular release of water to go into a pipe and then go all the way under the back of our property, all the way across the other side of the highway, Seminole Boulevard, and going into the man-made lake
Lake Seminole.
of Lake Seminole,
Oh,
which is a
shit.
freshwater lake. Did you lose your position?
Yeah, I'm so far back. I got to go out and come back in.
It's okay.
I don't think
I don't know.
Florida man is around today.
We
I gotta go
pretty
out and
much,
come back in.
since we live here, we kind of are in tune with the vibe, and we had no vibe of that character, and he surprised us a couple weeks ago. If you missed it, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were here, and he pops up. It was amazing. He was telling us about how he was trying to catch an alligator that was in our pond here. We were very concerned because we did not know there was any alligator there. There is an alligator at 5 Buck Drinkery, which is just up a couple of doors on Seminole Boulevard from our community. It's literally like a 10-minute walk and you could be there. And they have good food to go with their $5
He's
drinks.
been at HH, just chilling
Several
with Rick and the crew.
locations in the area here.
They run
5
games.
Buck Drinkery. Tell them Rick Serra sent you, and they will give you your drinks for $5. And if you're real nice, they'll charge you more.
That's from where he fell off the bike. They're talking about
Oh,
your
they
leg.
see my
Yes.
damage? Yes, here's my sad scars.
Rick, because you're not going to see it.
I saw it already,
Did
and I
you
said
give
it.
a shout out? Well, I wasn't here. Okay.
Yes, I said it. I think you end up saying stupid ass.
Yeah.
Stoopy ass. I'm glad to see you, Ryan Games, and look, I go through all kinds of injuries. And there's like a big bright spot right here. Oh, it's the background.
It's the background, Rick. What do you
Oh
think
my
it is?
God, that's why it's bright. I just saw what it is. It's still kind of a little bit of glare coming from that
Not
spot.
not that much. Not that bad.
But good to have you here, and I'm sorry you've had a tough week. We all go through trials. Like I said, last Saturday I took a header basically.
Cider.
Instead of stopping the bike and getting off, like most people do, maybe putting the kickstand down and
He
hopping
didn't
off.
stop the bike. He just fell off.
I kind of just let it sort of slide over on its side as I let my leg grind into the surface, and it did have a lot of little rocks, and you can see what they did. I had quite a good gash there.
Yeah, you did.
Darlene was just a little freaked out.
Well, what I freaked out the most about, not about the cuts and bruises, that
The blood.
can be clean.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the blood. But the fact that he's having problems with his back, his leg, and walking, and that's telling me he can't ride a two-wheel bike, that's what freaked me out. I
Good.
stopped my bike so quick and got off.
Which, when you get off a trike, it doesn't fall over.
That's true.
That's very nice. I just needed training wheels for my two-wheel. You know, remember training wheels when you
Hey,
were a little
Flo,
kid?
I do the
I
same
need
thing.
it.
If I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
read
call
this, that's
up-
why I don't type.
I'm going to call up
I have
Electric
something to tell you.
and try to get some of them.
I want to say I don't chat much, but I enjoy every Friday night. I'm a very slow texter, so I can't keep up with chats very well. That's from
Aw.
Flo.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're watching
Yeah, no broken
and enjoying.
bones.
I was looking for that actually.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Glow. Okay, very good. Right.
He did fight a badger, and the badger almost won.
Yeah. But
Descend
Miss
into
Glow,
the
we love
absurd.
you. We
Hello
know
there.
of you as this sweet, lady who started to watch our show, and we're so happy you did, and became a regular. And now you're just, I'm expecting I have to see Miss Glow or it's not a show anymore. Cheers to you, honey.
Cheers to you and cheers to everyone.
Everybody else, all the fans.
We love it that you join us on Friday.
55 of you right now. So, and I know you have.
Oh, and you love the Discord. That's great. More people should try it.
Yes. If you're looking for something to sort of be a diversion, you might as well do it with others, and on Discord that is easily possible. And it makes me very happy that people join just to get a camaraderie there, even if they're not watching the cocktail hour or other of the videos I put out, that they just found the Discord pleases me as well. Whatever way you get to be happy and at peace, you may follow that pathway. Grasshopper.
I knew that was coming.
Did you know that? I was doing Kung Fu, the TV show.
Hey, Scott Thomas. Cheers to you.
Cheers, Scott. He's happy to join. And Ponytail Dungeon Master, how are the little fur babies? I got some photos from John C.
Did you share them with me?
They were
Did
on
not.
other phone. I guess I can show them on this phone.
Well,
After
if
the
everything
show.
was transferred, yeah.
Guess what? I figured out how to turn on Do Not Disturb just before the show.
Good.
I couldn't find it on this new phone.
You gotta look, Rick. Things move around. And if you look, this phone, you might be able to leave your ringer on.
Maybe.
See, when I go to bed, I never turn my ringer off. And I've only been disturbed maybe, I'll say at the most 5 times in the past 5 years. Because I want to be available if my family needs me. Text I can look at later.
Yeah, you send me a text.
Email I can look at later.
I'll get back to you tomorrow.
But my ringer never goes off.
I'm in Florida. What can I do?
call
I
him.
can't help you in Baltimore now.
Wait a
God
minute.
bless.
He turns his do not disturb on when he's napping. What happens if I need him and I cannot get to him?
SOL.
Yes, I am. And that's happened a couple fucking times too, bitch.
I'm taking a nap. Do you know how much, when you don't have that on, you have these messages. Ding,
You turn
dong,
the
bong,
notifications
bing.
off. How often does your phone ring? Think about it.
How much?
Does your phone ring?
Every time a call comes in.
How often do you have a call come in?
Well, I'm not.
How many times
I'm
a
not
day?
as popular as I used to be.
How many times a day?
6.
You do not have your phone. No way. No way.
All right, 6 a week. All right,
Whoa,
so
that's perfect. I just wait till I wake up to put the notifications back on. My ringer
I like
is never off.
Krabby is just enjoying the shit out of this conversation. I'm so glad. And even K1ish is happy with that. That's good. K1ish is indicating you haven't shot me with any darts yet. Totally forgot.
No, you haven't done anything really stupid that I think you need to get shot.
Oh, okay.
Keep it that way. But I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. So, you know, we are only going to be here.
Rick's not good at manipulating his phone. Because I know for a fact, I have a friend who has an iPhone, and she told you where to look, where you could do that. So maybe on this new one, you'll be able to figure that out.
We're only going to be here for 4 more weeks.
Ray's Ryan's Game 101. Our favorite chips are normally just regular chips, but we do like the sweet hot barbecue chips.
Yeah,
And I don't think they're by Lay's. I think they're by Utz.
Utz. They're like sweet,
Hello, Corgi.
sweet
Hello.
and sassy barbecue or something like
They're
that.
not sweet and sassy.
Well, whatever. So we'll be actually doing a live broadcast from, and I hope that we have reception, Ocala, and
Well, when we go to
North
Ocala, we can take. See,
that's when Steve won't be here.
correct. See, what we did with T-Mobile, we got an internet connection.
Which
and
is,
we took that with us to Fort DeSoto.
and it had full
It
service.
was perfect. Everything. We could get
Roku.
Netflix, Roku, all that stuff. But this camping trip, we're not taking it with us because his brother Steve is coming down. And we'll be gone.
I don't know why, especially if we might have rain, we would want to have this. Luckily,
Because your brother needs to have internet when he's here.
he doesn't need it.
Yes, he does.
You can go to the front of the hall and I'll give him access, give him the key, and tell him he can sit in there. Quit showing your fingers at me.
It's just my fingers.
I know it is.
Earlier I did
I saw
do
that. That's
Okay.
what I meant.
So Steve's coming down. We leave Monday. Steve comes in on Tuesday. We come back Wednesday?
Thursday, I think.
Anyway. So we have a two-wheel that he can ride if he wants when we get back.
Yeah, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, check out Thursday.
Okay.
It's not a real long trip, but I wanted to at least get up there while the chance was still had.
Yeah, that's anything I'll
Dunnell,
do
and I've been
spin.
wanting to get up there
I'm
and
not
check
doing a
out
bowl. I'll do a joint.
those lovely springs for some time. We've done Weeki Wachee many times, and unfortunately, Weeki Wachee has been degraded and polluted, and also the path that you used to be able to travel has been shortened. Unless you're doing everything on your own, you're posting a car down at the very end of the old route at a park, and then you leave one vehicle there, and you can like a vehicle that could move your kayaks, a truck, for example, and you drive a car back to the other end. So, you know, you can travel back and forth. People, I'm sure they've done this, tubing or whatever, it's the same kind of thing.
Well, a tube is easier to move than a kayak.
But they do have tubes as well as kayaks for rent.
Since when? I never saw a tube.
At this place they do. I looked it up.
Oh, where we're going.
And it's crazy. You can use the tubes and you can tie a couple of them together no longer than 10 feet. So apparently people put together like trains of tubes
Stephanie,
and float down.
what are you talking about? From what hurricanes? I didn't see the first part. Sorry.
Is David?
Yeah, Ruffles have Dark Orchard.
And there's even a Publix nearby. Well, that's excellent. But
Oh, listen, Dark Orchard. I'd love some homemade dill dip in the center of one of those big Hawaiian loaves with carrots, cube slices, and wavy chips.
Oh,
Officer
yes.
Aaron and Officer McShaffey reporting for party
duty. Oh my God, I love
Bring
that
it
stuff
on.
too, man.
Come on down.
Yeah,
How far are
we
you
love
from
that.
us anyway? What area are you in? I know you said the lake community, but there are thousands of lakes.
Yeah, the lake community. It isn't Lake Seminole, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Weeki Wachee, yeah.
Ah, okay.
That was, let me go back up here and see me. No, it had nothing
Hey.
to do with the hurricane, Stephanie. It had to do
Hey,
with just,
Jimmy, you know me. I'm wet 24/7, buddy. How you doing?
No,
How's it out
they
in
just shortened
Arizona?
The whole route. They lost their contract for where they used to go. and they had to make arrangements for a new contract, and it's much shorter.
Yeah,
and they had to build some really funky stuff to get the kayaks, because you're down here and
you got to go up
you
30
have
feet.
to go up quite a bit. So they have these, I don't even know what they're
It's
called.
like a Christian youth camp. It's
Yeah.
their ground. They signed a lease with them, but whatever that.
Brian Games, I do edibles. I will do a joint. I'm not doing a bowl. I can't handle a bowl.
But I can't think of the name of the park that's at the end of Weeki
Great,
Washington.
Jimmy Rick.
What,
I'm glad it all worked out.
years ago, and it is even worse now. The further you go down Weeki Wachee, the dirtier the water would get. So eventually
Thank you, John. I'm glad you did.
come to this park at the very bottom, and eventually it goes out to the Gulf, I assume. And the water then, it was so polluted you could hardly see through it.
But that's, I mean, the very beginning
It's
is
so
nice and clear.
nice, yes.
But once you get up where it's open, where people have homes and everything, and you have all the pollutants coming in.
Yeah. You can't get out of your boat. You can't put your kayak on the side and you get in the water. And you can't do that. And
That's
there's
what they say.
and there's somebody from the police who will be on a little personal watercraft and giving you a ticket if you try to do that. So you can't even have fun anymore. Where you used to have places where people would stop, and then they had a large rope where you could get up in this tree and then swing out on the rope and jump into the water, right?
Oh, Dark
All
Orchard.
that is
Look,
gone.
Dark Orchard, which is part of the officer thing, they're in the center of PA for now.
Oh, okay.
Well, glad to have you here, though.
Well, that's good.
PA is pretty close to our Maryland home.
Yes, sure it is. I mean, we're only really 30, 40 minutes from the Pennsylvania line.
It was not at half. Oh, I did Google today. The flag at the parks were not at half mast for the Pope. That's what I originally thought, but it was not. They're flying at half mast due to the shootings at the University of Florida. I
Hey,
looked that up today.
Thank you, Jimmy Rick, for pointing out that I focused on the half mast of the U.S. flag as the end of the video.
No, we do not have a golf cart.
Because I'm quite sure that you're correct. In honor of the loss of the Pope.
Did you just hear what I just said?
I'm reading a comment
No,
from Jimmy
but
Rick.
did you hear what I said? It wasn't because of the Pope.
It wasn't.
Did you hear anything
No, I
just
didn't hear
said?
it. No.
It had to do with the shootings at the University of Florida.
Oh, okay.
I looked that up today because I was curious why it was at half mast.
All right.
I thought it may have been for the Pope, but it was not. It was for the shootings
Well, that-
at the
so-
University of Florida.
I was up in Pensacola. Terrible. What a mess. How this keeps on repeating.
I have a question for
Pray
you.
for gun violence to stop spiraling out of control. Amen.
But see, I'm sitting right next to you, and I did this whole thing. You have your hearing aids in, and you didn't hear what I said.
I'm sorry.
Question I have, does Rick have a favorite cologne
I
that
hardly
he
ever.
likes to wear? I've been getting into vintage fragrances lately. This is descending to the absurd.
Wow.
Pink
Oh.
lemonade. Well, we say water. I guess that's close enough.
Hey, hon. What kind of a cologne is that?
Who?
You just read this whole thing about colognes and then you
It
told him what
says,
you're
does
drinking.
Rick have any favorite colognes that he likes to wear?
But then you talked about
I've
your
been
drink.
getting into vintage fragrances lately. And then there's another person called Pink Lemonade. You're not from Maryland unless you pronounce W-A-T-E-R like water.
There you go, water. I drank some. All right, I don't know why you said the other thing. That's why I was confused.
You.
Odor Rick, the new fragrance by Calvin Klein. There is something I have that I've been using barely. Had it for a couple of years.
Yeah,
That's
he
how
very
slow I've used
seldom
it.
wears it.
I find that my own natural bodily odor has a tremendous effect on women and men, drives them wild.
I like
That's why
Aramis.
people are always coming on to me, always trying to touch me, and titillate me. It's because of my funky, manly smell. Well, we have just decided that we are going to package this and make it available for the larger audience.
No, we haven't.
Yourselves first. It'll be available small quantities only, half-ounce bottles. Funk de Rick. It's actually made from some of my urine that I have processed to create this eau de Rick. And oh my God, it's certainly something special.
That's great.
Unforgettable.
I don't know how to even try and say this name.
Okay.
Right here, Rick.
Oh,
Richard.
really? Okay. Yes. Ian goes boom.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's great. How is Brennan doing? I hope he's doing well.
John C. said, wash your ass, Rick.
Wash my ass. I will. Like, how about a couple hours ago? I took a shower and washed my ass just then. Does that count? Or am I supposed to wash it
No.
again? Funk the Rick. Keep the foxes out of your yard. Thank you, Pink. Yes. Oh, my God. Not creating piss perfume.
Hey,
No.
Krabby, I've always wondered how these women that I think are 10s wind up with guys who are like 7. Maybe it's the odor. Who knows?
I don't know. Some people, they have an odor, and it is an unpleasant thing. Myself, I know that as a younger man I did, but for some reason, as you age,
Yes, John C. I make
have
sure
you noticed that too? You don't give off as strong of a pungent odor from your body odor.
I never waited long enough to be able to smell it.
I know you hate sweat.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Can't stand sweating. So I also noticed that I had terrible hay fever, and as I've aged, I don't have trouble with pollen and hay fever anymore. I have other things that still affect me allergic-wise, but hay fever, I've sort of outgrown that. I mean, when you get as old as I am, I mean, I'm 65, going on 66.
Jimmy Rick, get your eyes checked.
What did he say? What does he need?
Rick need a refill? I don't see a beverage in his hand.
You are so funny, Jimmy.
At least you spell my name correctly.
Every time he's here, able to join us, he breaks
he's on
her.
break.
He breaks her balls if my drink isn't refreshed adequately to his specifications. I think it's hilarious. Thank you very much. So,
that's just an excuse to clean thoroughly, John.
And remember, if you have bed bugs,
Ugh.
if you spray them with rubbing alcohol, instant death, kills them on contact, just straight into a sprayer, and you can knock down a whole bunch of, and that's not going to solve your
Orchard,
problem.
that has to hurt. Lava
'Cause
soap has.
There's
in it.
somewhere where they're coming from. You got to find out where that is. Kill the nest. And make sure you got all the eggs. You probably didn't. I hate bed bugs, man. What a pain in the ass to get rid of them. I'm so glad I've never had them in my own home. Thank God. It was bad enough seeing them elsewhere. Very bad, very bad. Dark Orchard is a tank. Dark Orchard, you used them the lava soap to reset areas. You mean to scrape away skin
That's why they don't do that,
irregularities?
John, because it feels too good.
So any scars that would be left behind from heinous wounds, you just would scrub your skin with lava soap so none of that would ever remain.
He really is.
I also heard that shea butter and just rub that into your skin is supposed to be helpful for those, and it's a lot less painful than scrubbing yourself with lava soap. But if you like that and you want some more, try a planer, things you use to shave wood.
Oh,
God. Try a planer on your arm. Man, that'll tear you up really good. Lava soap has pumice? You're kidding. Does it really? So, we discovered something recently. I'm not going to, you and I, and I'm not going to remember the first name of the stuff, but it's a metal polish, and we bought it on Amazon after we were told about it. You take a little bit of this stuff.
Stay thin on, you just haven't noticed them, Brett.
And we were told by someone in the park about this stuff. I don't know why I asked him, but I said, my lenses of my truck, the plastic's all foggy. Is there anything that you know of that might clear that out? He says, I have something. I'll be right back. He brings back a bottle of it. It's like a screw-off cap. It's a lotion. Sure. And you put it on a rag, and you rub circles like you do any kind of a polish or wax for your car or whatever. And then you buff it off. Cleaned my lenses of my 2014, what is this thing? A Nissan Frontier. Really did.
True,
amazing. So, I don't know if it was Gordon's or, does that ring a bell? You probably could look it up real quick on what you bought.
Hey, Jimmy Rick, thank you for coming in.
Rick strokes himself with pumice soap and finishes it with alcohol. Feel the burn. Oh my God. When I was a younger lad and I crossed paths with poison ivy, I stupidly used chlorine bleach on my arms to try to stop the itching and to stop the spread. It doesn't do any good at all.
Mother's.
It only makes everything swell up real bad.
Mother's magnesium and aluminum polish. Mag and aluminum polish.
Or Brasso or Blue Magic.
It's called Mother's.
Was it Mother's is what we got?
That's what I just said.
Mother's.
Mag and aluminum polish.
Mag and aluminum polish. It has pumice in it.
Okay.
That's why I thought of it 20 minutes ago when I started talking about this shit.
That's true. Ian goes boom.
It takes a long time to get everything together. But when it finally does come together, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
That's true, Brett. He is very lucky he married me, because I don't know if he'd be alive today if it weren't for me.
Well, I'm glad she's still alive. And
Cape
with me,
Pelt.
because she had some major things that she had to get past in the early 2000s. And luckily,
True.
It happened. Darlene is one of the few people I ever knew in my life that had this procedure done. And they followed through with what the doctor told them to do and what not to do. Gastric bypass. She was a very large lady, and half of her is gone due to her gastric bypass surgery. of multiple conditions that she had lots of issues with reversed or greatly reduced severity of how bad they were.
Yeah, if I hadn't had the surgery and I continued, I would not be here today.
Yeah.
I truly, truly believe that.
She had cataracts that she needed to have corrected in her late 50s or 60s.
It was right after the surgery. It was
that
within
early?
months of the
So
surgery.
2005, 2006.
2006.
Because her diabetes had gotten to the point that it damaged her eyes that far. And what you might have at 70 or 80, she already had. And her mother actually helped give us some money to have that surgery done.
No, she didn't.
She paid for crystal lenses.
No, she didn't.
I thought,
No, she didn't.
why do I remember that?
I have no idea why you remember that.
I'm wrong. But that's
Yes,
what
you
Darlene,
are wrong.
and since Darlene says, that's the way it always is. Because Darlene knows everything and never forgets anything. And
We had just come into
and-
a little bit of money, had nothing to do with anyone giving us
laser beam
money.
eyes. It was a loving act.
That's great, John C. But, you know, I was told that after the gastric bypass, I really wouldn't be a diabetic anymore. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
I was still a diabetic. I still had to watch my A1C, and that's why I got put on a second diabetic medicine, because
Yeah.
my A1C kept moving up.
Mine, luckily, is fairly stable. It stayed where it is. It's below 7. But she takes another oral pill, same class as those Ozempic and the other types that you shoot yourself up with, but hers is a pill form of
It's
that
film,
medication.
and it's extremely expensive.
Oh my God, so much money.
And this is with insurance. I just had it filled yesterday, a 3-month supply with coverage that we have, which isn't as good as it was before Maryland
Yes.
State decided to take it away.
Yes.
It was like $845 for 3 months for 90 pills.
So basically, almost $300 a month. So
Yes, I do. I use Splenda. I do not use sugar. I use Splenda.
we're going to have to change something for the next year because we can't afford these pills.
I'm glad you come, Ian. Look, here's a nice message you should read. See
Okay.
the message from Ian Goes Boom?
Oh, wish I had a friend like you in my life, Rick. You continue to be a source of laughter and joy for me every time
Wow, Amy.
I come across one of your videos. Ian, thank you so much. Did you still look at my current new stuff too? That's amazing. The reason I say that it's this very small, exclusive group of people that have seen any of my last 8 or 10 videos. The reason I say that is that each one averages less than 200 views. I know, right? I don't know why there isn't more viewership of my stuff, but I must
I'll have to look into
must be
that, Dark
too
Orchard.
much for you guys to choose. And as I add more videos, it just gets too confusing for you to make a choice. I guess that's it. But thank you. And the Limpkin, yes.
Ian Goes Boom said, yep, I watched your new stuff. My mom and her best friend camp at Fort DeSoto Park all the time.
Oh, that's great. Yes. Well, we love it there too. We also have a
We're
place up
hoping,
in
Krabby.
Maryland called Assateague Island that we have done the same kind of thing, videotaped our experience there.
Stephen O'Neill, hello.
Beautiful places.
appreciate the advice, Dark Orchard.
Got to watch out for that. Oh, that went away. That was odd.
No, it didn't go away. You probably just didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Mandingo. Not a woman dingo. Mandingo. Do you know who Mandingo was?
We have.
He had a big dingo.
I hate to say this, but it is true, and anyone in the park will tell you. The place where we are, we're in the back left corner of the park. We had more yard than anyone, and it's private because there's no one on this side of us. We have someone on that side, we have people over there, but nothing behind us.
We back up to basically a park-like area that is the property of the condos next door. And hardly anyone ever comes back here. Few people walk in and out to go to shop.
There's a gate right there where people from here can get out
They can
and
come
walk
in.
over, and that's where I
Yes.
take Bo for his walks.
So thank you,
Oh.
Ryan. I can't take any credit for the yard. We were given it just by having the luck of the draw of getting this mobile home. I told my mother that I was walking around her place. This is a long time ago. First time I visited here.
Yeah, Mom had a place all the way down front, almost on Seminole Boulevard. She had one
right
unit
at the
behind
front
her.
of the park, where you heard all the
Every single
road
time.
traffic. It was very noisy down there. Up here, I'm not saying there's none. If an ambulance goes by, you hear it.
And
period.
their neighbor behind us, one door down, son has a diesel truck. We hear that every time he turns
Yeah,
it
he's
on.
got a truck that makes much
Yes,
too much
Brett.
noise to still be necessary. I mean, it's ridiculous. When he starts it up, he sits there and lets it run and idle 5-10 minutes before he gets the heck out of here. I'd like
He's
it happen.
exaggerating a little bit, but he does let it run.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to warm up. You're in Florida.
Nope. All right, so we're still holding 62 people live. Did you click the like button? If you did, thank you. If not, if you could, I'd appreciate it. How do you click the like button? Well, you are supposed to click it before you
True, Doc.
enter. So you have to sort of back out, click like, and then re-enter the chat. As I said earlier, we have a website, rickserrastar.com. There you can find a link to go play on Discord with other fans and links to other social media platform. Also, there's a link, which is an email link, to send us feedback. And we also, if you haven't ever taken advantage of this, we give away a free gift to everybody. All you have to do is ask. You send us an email message that you just type that on, and Darlene just typed the email. But like I said, at rickserrastar.com, there's a link for email, and you can send us a message just the same and ask for a gift. Send us your full mailing address, like snail mail. And make sure it's correct, and we will send you a free gift, and you'll see it come usually within a week.
Depends on where you are, because it's snail mail. Remember.
But we'll send it all over the world.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, Ollie. Greece.
And don't forget about this
Italy.
Discord.
And don't forget Discord.
And we've sent it to Japan,
Japan.
Australia.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Of course, Canada.
Europe.
Different places in Europe. It takes much longer to get there, but we do it. I look up the cost for
South
the stamps.
America.
Do we have one in South
I know
America?
we've had fans there.
Okay.
Whether they asked for a gift or not, I can't be sure. Maybe
Ryan,
they
send
did.
it again, please. I could have missed it.
And there's the Discord link.
Yeah, I
Thank
double
you.
dog, triple dare you
Ponytail
newbies
Dungeon
to go
Master.
to it. That's great.
And also by John C. It's on there. When you see these links coming out, it's telling you we're getting close to the end.
We had a good time when we went to Nashville. We went with our friends M&G. We actually were at a KOA, but we rented a cabin.
Right.
And we Ubered, we took the shuttle or the bus down into Nashville.
Oh.
And because we were there over July 4th.
Yeah,
And the night of July 4th, we got stranded.
Yes, we did, along with other people.
Yeah, it wasn't just us, because they changed the pickup spots, and then they stopped some of the stuff, and we had to wind up getting an Uber. And they were charging like $300 for an Uber,
To
but we
get back.
found somebody
To
who
do it
would
a
bring
little
us back, and I think it cost us,
70 or 80.
yeah, maybe a
But we
piece.
split it between
Yeah.
several of us.
So we were able to get back. But when we actually just used the bus, we actually did go in and we did all the bars and we got so wasted. But we had a really good time.
Oh my God. We went to the Alan Jackson bar. And if you go to Nashville, take it on us. It's 3 or 4 levels from the ground level and up. And something's going on differently on each. There's a band on the first level, then there's like open mic, then up on the top there's another like acoustic singer songwriter type person, and then there's something else on the 3rd floor level. 4 levels. It was phenomenal. Each level had something else going on. We got up on the top, and it was a really nice young lady was playing. Got to walk up to the front edge of the wall overlooking whatever the road is that goes up and
Well,
down.
the thing
main
is,
drag
I
of
don't
Nashville.
know which place. It was one of the earlier places that we went, and the drinks were like $20 or $25.
Oh, that was the first
each.
place. We went to the very...
So we did go there, but then what we did, if you remember, the bathrooms that they had
Oh my God.
were gender neutral, which was great because you had one line and they were full doors. So
And it was like 15 or... It was a crazy number
It was
of
a
these
lot of them.
stalls at the
So-
back of the bar.
that was great. But then what happened? G and I went into one and
Did a
while we were
doobie.
in there, yeah.
I did a bunch of pre-rolls. Brought them down. We had a bunch of little joints rolled up.
Well,
I did like 15 or 20 rolled up joints.
it's that time, honey.
It's that time.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm glad to have been here with you to have a nice Friday together. And on my new phone, where you actually could hear what we were saying going on. Which I think that sort of simulates what it was like. Become a little closer.
Come
A little closer. Come here. All right. I got it.
Peace
You
out.
okay, everybody? Are you good? I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see. It's been a great night for us too.
And wait a minute.
Wait. Tell me.
I haven't shot.
Ah, and I
There
got
you
shot in
go.
the head. You can do it again.
I need to do it again.
Yeah, do it again. One more time. Just so we can't. All right, got shot in the head. Ah. Well, you all have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, guys.
Peace,
I gotta go
hugs, love. Darlene's going to run.
potty. I gotta go potty.
Okay. Goodbye, y'all. See you next week. Same time, same station. Now go watch all of my videos or ricksarastar.com and click the link for Discord.